Everyone who's done videos on getting an avoidant ex back, including myself, always says that no contact is the way to get them back, right? And while that's true, don't worry, I'm not backtracking what I've said previously. There's actually something more important than no contact that'll bring them back no matter what their attachment style is. Yes, even if they're avoidant. What is it? Well, stay tuned and you'll find out. Hi, this is Lucia with The Art of Love. I'm a dating and relationship expert specializing in helping you get your ex back or to get over your ex. And welcome back, my beautiful no contact army. Have you been a good little soldier? If you have, then you've downloaded my app Silencio to help you stay in no contact. And the link to that is underneath every single video and podcast. And to join our army, all you have to do is hit the subscribe button and you're in. And to read our manual, go to nocontactsecrets.com where you can read 2 free chapters before you purchase the book. Okay, so avoidants have a bad name and a bad reputation. They often get painted as impossible to win back because they downplay emotions, minimize vulnerability, and protect their independence at all costs. So of course it's natural to think, well, if this is their wiring, then how the heck am I ever going to get them back? Well, here's the thing. Attachment styles are just defaults, not destinies. Think of your attachment style as an automatic setting. So it runs in the background most of the time. But like your phone automatic settings, it can be overridden manually. And what has the power to override avoidance? Interest level, which if you've heard my other videos, you've heard me talk about before. And I first learned about interest level from my late friend, Doc Love. He always said, interest level trumps everything. And he was right, because no matter what attachment style someone has, a high enough interest level can override the default settings. Attachment styles are a default, not a destiny. Attachment style explains how they manage closeness, but interest determines whether they stick around or, in your case, whether they come back after a breakup. And why is that? 5 reasons. Number 1, the reward outweighs the risk. So normally avoidants see closeness as a threat. But if their interest is high enough, the potential joy and connection is going to be more rewarding than the risk of vulnerability. It feels more valuable than the perceived threat to their autonomy. Number 2, they're highly motivated. People stretch beyond their comfort zones when they really want something, right? I'm sure that's happened with you. So interest gives them the motivation to fight against their attachment defenses and reach out to you during no contact. Number 3, they're more willing to tolerate discomfort. So their instinct is going to be to stay away. They'll feel the urge to create space, but high interest makes them fight through the discomfort and reach out because the payoff is worth it. Number 4, they're able to access their secure side. So everyone has a secure side, yes, even you. And high interest is the key that unlocks it. Isn't that great to know? So suddenly, they're more willing to communicate and show vulnerability than they normally would. And I can tell you, as a dismissive avoidant, this has definitely been my experience. When I'm very interested in someone, I'm less avoidant. Suddenly, I'm secure. And then finally, number 5, for avoidance, the fear of regret outweighs the fear of rejection. Okay, let me say that again. The fear of regret outweighs the fear of rejection. Yes, they're afraid you may reject them if they reach out after the breakup. But luckily for you, their fear of not having at least tried to get you back will make them reach out. Isn't that great? And if you want to check out Doc Love's book, The System, there's a link underneath all my YouTube videos that will allow you to read 10 chapters for free. That's right, 10. So how can you know if your ex's interest in you is low or high? Okay, so first, the bad news. If the interest is low, they'll feel relief after the breakup. They'll quickly distract themselves with work, hobbies, or sometimes a rebound. They'll rationalize, well, this was for the best. I wasn't happy anyway. And you'll rarely hear from them again because their avoidance style plus low interest gives them no reason to come back. So in this case, their attachment style explains why they don't seek closeness, but it's the low interest that makes the breakup permanent, okay? It's not because they're avoidant. Now, on to the good news. If their interest level was high, it overrides their avoidant defenses in the long run. So initially, they'll also feel relief. They'll finally have the space they wanted or thought they wanted. But then the missing starts to build. They notice your absence. They think about the good times you had together, your secret love language, how you made each other laugh. And that's when they'll test the waters with, as I've said many times before, small breadcrumb messages. And eventually, they can't resist circling back because their high interest overrides their avoidant defenses. And even a dismissive avoidant who usually avoids vulnerability will risk reaching out if their interest in you is strong enough. And this is why you hear stories of avoidants who seemed done for good, yet months later, they're knocking on their ex's door. So don't believe it when you hear that you can't get an avoidant ex back. Now, avoidants don't come back just because of no contact. No contact is powerful, but it isn't magic as much as some people wish it was. So it gives them the space they want, and it allows their interest level to do the work of bringing them back. But you still need to remember the 3-foot rule, which I talked about in my video last week, and I'll put the link in the upper right-hand corner on YouTube. So you have to give them that emotional buffer, even when they start to return. Don't start spilling your feelings all over the place. Keep in mind, and I know this is counterintuitive for many people, but their high interest in you is what will make them come back, not your high interest in them, okay? So that means that you are attuned to their rhythms and their possible triggers. And when they inevitably pull back, and they will, do not chase. You stand secure, 3 feet away emotionally, in your knowing that by being consistent and showing that you're not going to freak out or chase after them or punish them, they'll slowly close the emotional gap. But it has to be on their timeline, not yours. And if you truly love them, you won't try to rush them just to soothe your insecurity. Because when you truly love someone, you allow them to come to you in their own way when they're ready. Now, there's 2 important caveats to keep in mind. No matter how high their interest is in you, if you don't do no contact correctly, they'll automatically pull back. You need to let time and space apart do its thing. And I did a video on that, and I'll put the link in the upper right-hand corner. And to make sure you're doing no contact correctly, I also have a whole no contact playlist on YouTube, so check that out. And then the second caveat is that if someone's attachment wounds are very deep or unhealed, even high interest may not overcome their defenses. So for example, an FA might self-sabotage, walk away, and stay away from someone they love. I know, as much as it sucks. Or a DA might compartmentalize their feelings and just move on. And I keep seeing comments underneath all the videos about avoidance saying that you should be running from avoidance. Why would anyone want an avoidant back? I'll tell you why. because some people are worth it, okay? And when you meet someone who's worth it, you do anything you can to make it work. So stop trying to shame people for wanting their avoidant ex back. So remember, no contact is powerful, yes, but interest level is more powerful. Attachment style is going to shape how they leave and return, but interest decides if they return at all. An avoidant with high interest will always find reasons to peek back into your life, no matter how much their defenses tell them not to. And if their interest level is high, no amount of avoidance will keep them away forever, for those of you who are afraid to do or to stay in no contact. And if their interest is low, then no amount of no contact will bring them back for good. So now I want to hear from you. Do you think your ex's interest in you is high or low? Comment below. And I do offer one-on-one coaching because it's not just about getting them back, but keeping them back. Yes, interest level trumps attachment style, but if you don't handle it correctly, you'll push them right back into their default programming when you do hear from them. Okay? So if you would like my help, then contact me at theartoflove.net/coaching and we will send you the rates. They are not on the website. If you found this video helpful, hit the subscribe button so you don't miss any future videos. If you're listening to this as a podcast and you want to help the show, then just download this episode. And finally, remember, love inspires, empowers, uplifts, and enlightens.